Well, September is National Suicide Prevention Month. Yesterday was the start of Suicide Prevention Week. A pastor, speaker, and author is using his experience to uplift others who might be struggling. Joining us now live is Jesse Bradley. Good morning to you, Jesse. Thank you for being with us.
Good morning, Rachel. Thanks for covering this important topic, and
Absolutely.
it's very close to my heart.
Yes. And so, Jesse, let's get into it. Tell us a bit about yourself and your personal story. Why is this so important for you?
Well, it's significant for me on a few levels. First, I have an uncle on one side and a cousin on one side who died by suicide, and I know how devastating that is on many levels there and very painful. And then also personally, I played professional soccer overseas, and through a tragic illness, I was fighting for my life for 1 year, and it took 10 years to fully recover. And I hit low points, hopelessness, waves of depression, and I just wondered, why am I still alive? And in the middle of that, I discovered a hope that's greater than our challenges. The three things that stood out for me are relationship with God, the love of Jesus, and then family and friends, the love they bring, and also habits I can cultivate. And I know that hope is available for everyone. Hope is relational. Hope is also habitual. And life is worth living. There is hope every day for all of us.
Oh, I love to hear that. It's so encouraging. And you also have an acronym called ABC to help with suicide prevention. Explain it, and how do you use those effectively?
The numbers for suicide are climbing, and even it's estimated that 22% of high school students right now are thinking about suicide, seriously considering it. So we need to be proactive with the people around us, become aware. The ABC, first A is awareness. Pay attention when people have isolation or depression. Don't ignore those clues. Also, someone might share with you that they're thinking about suicide or they planned it or even attempted it. If that happens, don't keep it a secret. Go to professional help, and it's time to involve other people. The B is boldness, and this is in conversation. It's been said you need to ask someone 3 times to find out how they're really doing. So how are you doing? How do you feel about that? And what are your thoughts? And as they share with you, they'll get to the core. And as you listen with empathy. And also, you might need to take bold action, removing distance from any firearms or medication that there could be a potential overdose. And the C is connectedness, because life is about relationships. Relationships are most important. And you can connect someone with a therapist, a counselor, a psychiatrist. Also, there's a national hotline, 988. That's an important phone number. People are available 24 hours a day. And connect people into community, friendships. It could be with a pastor, or church, or someone they trust, a mentor. But more people involved is a real positive. Again, sometimes we feel like we're helpless. We don't know what the options are. So be aware, be bold, and help people connect. We're all designed to be connected, and we need each other.
Yeah, that is a great acronym that we can all remember. And getting back to the A, awareness, what are some of the behavioral changes maybe that we can be on the lookout for, personality changes?
That's right. When there's intense mood swings and you see that, and you might wonder, how do I approach someone when I notice a change, when they're not who they usually are? And you kind of have an intuitive sense that something's wrong. When you go in, you might be well-intentioned, but don't say, just be positive or just be tough. Don't say you're going to keep it a secret, because you need to let someone know, or call the national hotline 988 yourself as well. You don't want to spread a message that belittles, like, oh, it's not really a big deal. Instead, listen closely, listen with care, and then you can say, I'm sorry you're going through this. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm right here with you. And then you can think about next steps to guide them towards. But don't ignore the clues. Be proactive. And I know, again, from my own experience with my family, it's better to take a risk, a relationship risk, to have a courageous conversation than to just ignore what's happening. And always lead with love. And the goal is understanding as you listen.
Absolutely. And Jesse, how can we encourage people? I thought it was really important, like you said, not to say just be tough, just be positive. Those aren't the right things to say. So what are the right things to say?
That's right. As you talk to different people and you hear their stories, enter into that pain and then guide them. Start to share resources. If you know someone's struggling, do the research, do your homework, find out, okay, here's the phone number we can call. Here's someone local. Here's a support group we can go to. And if you do the work, it's going to make it easier for them to enter into the care. We all need care, and someone who's hurting might not be able to help themselves, and they might not take that step alone. So as you come alongside someone, then you're doing it together. And you can even, with that request for action, how about we do it right now? And they'll agree most of the time, but they need someone that's going to come alongside of them. And I just know there's habits that make a difference in our life every day. Things like gratitude. I call it a gritty gratitude, giving thanks when you don't feel like it. You can also have a morning routine where maybe you pray and you start to read and you meditate. And as you do that, do it with other people, because that builds hope as well. We can cultivate hope in community.
Yeah, all great habits, and hope is so important. Jesse Bradley, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks again for covering this important topic.